long time no see for one of these type of videos anyway. I've been doing the actual cruise vlogs, and I do have more Disney coming. I know there's at least one more, but we have been so super busy that we did not get to edit the latest Disney video, but it will be up this week. So at least one more coming. I'm not sure how much footage I have left, but I know enough for one more. And then exciting news for me, I hit 100 subscribers. Yay, finally. I'm so excited. So thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. I was so excited when I saw that. So I am doing a giveaway now, since I hit that 100 subscriber mark, and I'm going to give away a $50 gift card, and it's going to be your choice of Amazon or Disney. And I've got to figure out the random, I can't talk today, the random generator thing, but it will be one day this week. I will do it. I will do a video and I will post it, and then you'll have 3 days once this video goes up, and I'll put it on Facebook too, to notify me with your information and which gift card you choose, and then I will ship that out to you. So look for that video coming this week. Again, thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. I was super excited to reach that milestone. It means a lot. So this video today, besides announcing that super exciting news, I'm gonna just do a quick review of our Carnival cruise. This was in May. It was actually, we left on Mother's Day, and it was me and my mom and my daughter, if you've watched the vlogs, and we went on the Carnival Dream out of Galveston. So I'm just gonna do a quick review of that, tell you my thoughts, our experiences, and all of that. So I'll start with Embarkation Day, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest in these in this review. So I don't want to step on any toes or anything like that, but I want to give my honest feedback and tell you what happened. This was the first cruise out of Galveston in a while, at least. They've been going from New Orleans. So something happened. I never could get a clear story in New Orleans. So getting the ship from New Orleans to Galveston, they were very late. Very late. So we did not even start boarding. I want to say it was at least 2, maybe 3 hours later than we were supposed to start, because the ship wasn't even there. The lines were atrocious. When I say worse than Disney, I'm not joking. The lines for boarding were horrible, because there was no way to stagger it, because we got there at our appointment time, and it didn't matter what appointment time you had, there was no ship there. So we all were trying to get on at one time. So that was rough, and it was hot, and so that was not fun. And then when we get in, there was an issue with the elevators. So we had each checked a big bag, but we also each had a carry-on bag and a case of sodas. So those bags were fairly decent size and, kind of heavy. So we all had our bags with us, and no elevators. They had 2 elevators running, and they would not let passengers on them, only crew, to get the luggage, to the rooms. So we were on the 9th deck, so we had to carry our carry-ons and sodas up all those flights of stairs. So that wasn't pleasant either. That was kind of rough. We had to stop halfway and take a little break. Yeah, we're out of shape, I know. But anyway, so that was the first experience. So just the whole day started off not great. I will say that our luggage arrived at our room very quickly. I could not believe how fast our luggage made it to our room. I know some people didn't get theirs till late in the night, but we were fortunate and we got ours really early. Everything all came at one time. It was great. So that was great. So that was the first day. But we went and I'm trying to remember everything that we did that day. Ate the buffet once we got on there and got all our stuff put in our room, and then went to dinner that night. I believe they had a cast member or crew member change, and I don't think everything was, they were working out kinks. It took so long. We had the second seating dining, not by choice, but when we booked the cruise, that's all that was left. So we had the late dining, and it took so long. We missed the show, which I was really upset about, because one of my favorite parts about cruising or any vacation is the entertainment, the shows. I love live shows. So we missed that, and that really, kind of bothered me. It was just so slow. So the food was okay, pretty good, but it was just, like I said, it took forever. It was close to 3 hours that first night and that was in the main dining room. So anyway, we didn't do anything. We went to bed. So the next day was a sea day, so we just, if you watch the vlogs, you'll see everything that we did. But we went to dinner again that night, and again, it just took forever. So we did make it to the show by the what do you say, skin of your teeth. We barely made it. So that was not fun. Again, at least we got to see it. So again, it was so late. So after that, we just went to bed again. And then this was a 5-night cruise, by the way. The next day we were in Costa Maya, and we went to, here's another thing, we were late getting into port. Now this wasn't Carnival's fault. They had a medical emergency, and we had to turn around once we were out to sea and head back in, and so we were late getting into our first port, but that was not Carnival's fault at all. But anyway, we went to Tropicante, which is a restaurant on the beach, and as long as you get something to eat there, you get the use of their beach and tables and loungers and things like that. And it was okay. Didn't have as good of an experience. I don't know if you follow EECC Travels, but they had gone there earlier, and so I think by the time we went, the seaweed problem was a lot worse, and they had fenced off, not just on the little fences that divide the property, but across here out in the ocean. So we just had this little tiny square that we could go in. We couldn't go way out. So I will say the service was amazing. Our server was so funny, kept us entertained. I mean, the service there is top notch. The food was good. They have massages that you can do right there. Very, very cheap. So, I think it was just the time of the year we went and the seaweed issue, and that's why they had that fence up to keep all of it out. But another thing is they have people the entire time trying to sell you things. So they're very polite when you say no. So you don't have to worry. They're not pushy at all. But there are a lot of kids, little kids. And so that breaks my heart. And so, yeah, what do? You buy things because you're thinking this is how they eat. So just be prepared for that. They do constantly. I mean, anything and everything you can think of, they're going to be trying to sell it to you there. So there was that. But we took a taxi, and it was $8 there and $8 back. Not $8 each, but $8 total. So that's not bad. And then we walked around the actual port of Costa Maya. I wish we had stayed there for the entire day and not actually gone out to Tropicante, really. There's enough to do there. And by the time we got back, we didn't get to do very much of it. There's so many shops, and just there's an aviary, there's a giant pool that you can use. There's enough to do right there that you don't have to leave. So next time I think I'll just go there, get off, and just stay in that port. But anyway, that night we just did, I think, Guy's Burgers, a little bit from the buffet. We tried to get pizza. I did not want pizza, so I was going to the buffet. So I got to the buffet, got all my food, was pretty much finished eating, waiting on Mom and Haley, and they finally show up, no pizza in hand, and they had waited in line all that time, and something had happened, and they still ended up with no pizza and had to eat the buffet. So, yeah. I had said Guy's Burgers, but I don't think we did Guy's Burgers that day. I was mistaken about that. That was the day we had the issue with the pizza, I believe. So, that was that. And then, so we did, once we had the first 2 nights of dinner, we never went to the main dining room again because we wanted to go to the shows, we wanted to get good seats, and it was just taking too long. So maybe that's better now. Anyway, so that was a show that was a rock and roll show. It was pretty good. It was a little, I don't know what the word to use is, risque maybe, a little bit. Kind of made my mom a little uncomfortable. So if you have little ones, kind of use your discretion on that. The next day we were in Cozumel, but we actually got on a tender. It picked us up. We didn't even get off the ship. Let me rephrase that. We got off the ship, but we got straight onto another boat off the ship and went to another island, and we went to Xcaret, which was a nature park. I booked this excursion through Carnival. It was a full day excursion. It did not include any food or anything like that. So you took your tender to the island, and I'm blanking on the name of it, sorry. And then you were met there, and you got on a bus, and you took the bus to the actual Xcaret. When we got there, we got on a bus. They came on the bus and took me and my mom and Haley off and said, we don't have enough room for y'all. We need you to get off and wait on the next bus. Which there were still plenty of seats in front of us, so I don't know what the deal was. But we got off, we got on the next bus, our tour guide comes on, he starts speaking Spanish. We were the only 3 that didn't speak Spanish. So that was uncomfortable, and we kept having to stop the guide and make him repeat everything in English. So I was not happy with that at all. I don't know what the deal was, why they took us off the bus and put us on a new bus and then put us with the Spanish guide. I don't know. He did speak English, but he would forget and would have to say, hey, we don't understand what you're saying. So then they kept harping on, you have to be back at a certain time. I mean, just drilling it into your head, don't be late. So this place is huge, like huge. So in the back of our mind the whole time was we have to be back, and are we going to get lost, and are we going to be able to find our way back? So it was a very stressful excursion, I will say that. The maps are not in English, so trying to find your way around is confusing if you don't speak Spanish. So be aware of that. All the signs were in Spanish, at least that we found. Maybe there were some and we just missed them. I don't want to say they weren't there. We didn't see them or we didn't find them. But they have amazing sea turtle exhibition. There's horses. Let's see, flamingos. There's a beach. And then they have shows at night and things like that, which we didn't get to see because we had to leave. But it's a beautiful place, but it's huge, and just the stress of worrying about, are we going to make it back on the bus on time? That stress was just, this is Kyrie, if you see her jumping in. So anyway, I think I would recommend it, but more if you're going to Cozumel, like on an extended stay and not on a cruise, because it's just not enough time, and the worry about making it back in time, it just kind of wasn't worth it. And plus, we didn't get to see any of Cozumel, because then you take the bus back to the port, you get on the tender boat, and it takes you right to the cruise, and then you hop on the ship. So there you go. Didn't get to see any of Cozumel. That night, though, was the 80s show, 80s music show. I'm tongue-tied today. Was very good, real good. And then the deck party was the 80s glow party, and it was a lot of fun. So I think that's when we got back on and got Guy's Burgers and stuff like that. So that was that day. The next day was another day at sea. Oh, I forgot to mention the first day at sea we had the sea day brunch. We did that, and that was pretty good. I forgot to mention that. So the next day, the last day, we did not do sea day brunch. We just went to the buffet, and I'm gonna say the breakfast buffet food was the best food at the buffet. The other times, it was okay. It wasn't bad, but the breakfast I felt was really good. So we did that. I'm trying to remember what we did. I know my mom and I went to tea time that afternoon, and that was very nice, very relaxing. So I recommend doing the tea time. It is in the afternoon on sea days. So check that out. And I'm drawing a blank about what we did that night. I know that we did not do dinner again. We did finally get pizza, and it was good. It wasn't amazing, but it was good. We pretty much just relaxed, and of course we had to pack and get everything ready, because you have to have, if you're not going to carry off your bags yourself, you have to have them outside in the hall. They give a certain time. You get tags to tag them with. And so we did that. Oh, we saw a movie that day. We watched Ralph Breaks the Internet out by the pool, and that was fun. And I can't really remember, but it was just, mainly relaxing. I got in the hot tub for a while and just relaxed up on the Serenity area. That's the adults only area. Relaxed there. So it was a nice day. Now the next day was Debarkation, and here we go again. We went to the breakfast buffet, and they still had the full buffet out. It wasn't limited, I guess. So again, best food at the buffet was the breakfast. And you bring everything with you, and you wait on them to call you. The day before, they have a stand up, and it has the luggage tags. And it'll tell you if you want to leave between 10 and 10:30, you take this luggage tag. If you want to leave between 11:30 and 12, or whatever. And so we had picked our time that we wanted to disembark and put our tags on, and you have to be out of your room by a certain time. But you can wait in the, in all the public areas. So we went and we got breakfast and ended up sitting in the buffet waiting for them to call our number for 2 hours later than it should have been. So we were much later getting off than we planned. And again, it was because of the elevators. They had elevator issues all week. They had 2 elevators running, and so it was just a nightmare trying to get everybody off of the ship. So hopefully they've got that fixed. There seem to be plenty of elevators if they would all be running, but when you're running 2 and you're trying to get 4,000 people off, so that was really pretty frustrating, because then we had to drive home. It's like a 5.5 hour drive. So yeah, 2 hours later than we planned. So that also created problems in another way. We stayed at Hilton Galveston Island, and if you do, you can park your car there, and it's a lot cheaper. You do pay, but it's a lot cheaper than parking at the port. And they provide free shuttles to and from the port. So we get off the ship finally. We get in line to go back to the Hilton Galveston Island to pick up our car, and they aren't prepared for the crowds of people that were getting off at the same time, and so they did not have sufficient shuttles back and forth. The one that was there at our time was small. We weren't going to make it. We were going to have to wait through another round, and I was at this time just tired of waiting, and so we got a cab and took the taxi cab to the back to the hotel to pick up our car, because I just could not stand and wait anymore. So the free shuttle didn't do us any good, because I got a cab. So I think next time I will definitely park at the cruise terminal. It's just easier. It may cost more, but you're right there and you can leave when you get off. And they have shuttles that take you from the parking lot up to the actual terminal where you check in. So anyway, yeah, that was it. So overall, it was fun, but there were a lot of things that went wrong that week, and a lot of people said the same thing. It wasn't just us. I've read reviews on it that people have put on like the Shipmate app and Cruise Review and different things, and so everybody had the same experience we did. So it was fun, but there were just a lot of issues. Our room steward was amazing. We loved her. Everything about that. Gary, our cruise director, amazing. Loved him. We had a great experience with the staff. Our wait staff was really nice. I think it was a kitchen problem more than a wait staff problem, as far as it taking so long. The guys' burgers were good, and never waited. I mean, we usually waited a little bit, but I think we got them twice. A little bit of a wait, but not too bad. Like I said, we had that one issue with the pizza that day, but then when we finally did get it, we did not wait that long, and it was pretty good. Of course, the soft serve was great. So the food was okay. The entertainment was pretty good. I guess I'll grade things on a grade. The food, I'm gonna have to give it probably a B minus, close to a C. So there were a few good things, but then there were, not terrible, but just not great. And the fact that it just took so long in the main dining room. So the food is going to get a lower grade. The entertainment, I'll give a B. The crew, I'm going to give an A. They were very nice, didn't have any problems there. Like I said, I don't really know what caused all the issues, but just embarkation and debarkation, those are going to get a C, maybe a C minus. It was terrible. So anyway, probably being a little generous there, but anyway, but it was fun. It was relaxing. Oh, I forgot to mention this. We had a balcony stateroom. If you can get a balcony stateroom, that was one of the best parts of the cruise, was having that balcony and just going out there and sitting and relaxing. And I bought bungee cords at Dollar Tree, and I would open the door so that you could get not at night, and not for a very long time, but just for a little while, so you could get the sea breeze in the room. Definitely get a balcony. When we had docked in Costa Maya and we were waiting to get off, we just sat there, and there was a sea turtle right there swimming, and it was just so nice to have that balcony. And at night, when you could go out, or when you could go out and see the sunset, it was beautiful. So that was one of my favorite things. When I cruised Disney back in December, we had an ocean view room, which I liked as well. But now that I've done the balcony, if I can, I would prefer to have the balcony room. It was amazing. So that was my review. I hope that was helpful. if you have any questions about it, leave in the comments below. Again, it was the Carnival Dream out of Galveston, and it was a 5-night cruise with 2 sea days and the stop in Costa Maya and Cozumel. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Stay tuned this week for my drawing for the person who's going to win the $50 gift card, and then also more Disney cruise vlogs coming, and then a couple of trip announcements coming. Super excited about that. You have to stay tuned to see where we're going next, but I'm really excited. So thank you again. Thank you for watching this all the way to the end. I know it's probably a little lengthy, but I wanted to cover everything that I could remember that might help you. So thanks again for watching. I hope you guys have a magical day, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.